Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Today we read the end of the book of Genesis. And when we contrast what we read at the end of Genesis with what we read at the beginning of Genesis, we can see quite a contrast. At the beginning of Genesis, everything was bright and new. God was speaking into the world. There was creation. There was new life. He breathed into the nostrils of man, and man became a living soul. And everything is new, and there is life. When we get to the end of the book of Genesis, we find that there is death. There's quite a bit of time spent speaking about the death of Jacob and everything in connection to that. And the book itself ends with the death of Joseph. And so a book that began with life, with a lot of hope, and a person reading it would think, everything's heading in the right direction. We find that after it's all said and done, at the end of the book, there's just death. Death is pervasive. Death is taking over even these great men that God had used and called out for his own purpose. But it's important for us to understand that doesn't mean that that's how the end of the Bible goes. This is just the end of the first book. The book of Exodus is going to show that the Lord has an idea of redemption. And redemption is going to be one of the main themes in the book of Exodus, where God is going to redeem Abraham and Isaac and Jacob's children and bring them in, or begin the process of bringing them into the good land. And the whole idea of redemption is going to really carry through the whole of Scripture, as God is calling these people to himself. He will redeem them, but we'll see that sin pervades and sin takes over, but that God still has a plan, a redemptive plan, a redemption that would be much better than the redemption found in Exodus, a redemption through Jesus Christ, in which he redeems individuals, but ultimately he'll redeem all of creation. And so as we end the book of Genesis, and it's a little bit depressing as we read about these great men dying, let's also remember that that's not the end of the story. It's not the end of the story as far as Scriptures goes, and it's not the end of the story as far as God's redemptive plan. And we can look forward to a day when there will no longer be any death. There no longer will be any sickness or illness or disease, but that there is a promise of resurrection life, a time of eternal bliss. And that's what we look forward to. And we know that the story ends well. And we're caught right in the drama. We're caught right in the story. And it's up to us to rise up and to take our own place in God's redemptive story, and to do his will and to fulfill his purposes, and to move the story along. And ultimately, we will enjoy the end of the story when we are with the Lord forever. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do a reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.